All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self Storage. It is Monday morning, and that can only mean one thing. We go through my week in numbers. On my newsletter, I put a headline Mega Week. Why? Because it was a mega week. It was a really, really good week, actually. We have 133 quotes. These are the headlines. By the way, if you're new here, on Mondays, what we do is we go through my week in numbers, tell you all the good stuff, conversions, money we're taking, etc., etc., etc. And then tomorrow there'll be a different podcast about something else relating to business or self-storage. Right. So the headlines, we've got 6 sites. 5 are branded as Stormore and 1 is branded as Beverly 24. We're soon to have 8 in total. There, 2 more. We're at heads of terms with 2 other sites. I know what you're thinking. Where the hell are you getting the money from, Dean? I don't know. I don't know. That's future Dean's problem. No. Got a very good broker. So we do it. Yeah, we're going to have 8 sites. One's an acquisition and one is one's a freehold, our first freehold, which is very, very exciting. Obviously, I'll be documenting the journey as well on here. Right, so we have 133 quotes last week in total. We was plus 1,890 square foot. That is mental. Reservations so far, reservations for the week was 38. So a phenomenal week with reservations, over the moons. The conversion rate from reservations to quotes, because we hide our prices behind an information wall, so we get the information and then we call you back or email you and you go into our sales process. It's conversion rate of 29%. We aim for 30, but I will ding dang do take that. Move-ins, we had 34, so that's a move-ins conversion from quotes to move-ins is 26%, so not too bad there either. In terms of money, in total, we've took 45,575. Now, there's only 5 sites here. We haven't actually put in Glasgow yet because Glasgow is not really taking much money, so it's going to be very, very limited. To be fair, is Glasgow, which we should be adding, but I haven't added it just yet. So the 5 sites there. So Willoughby took 16,500. Beverley took 5,400. Clough Road took 10,700. That's good for Clough Road. Wrexham took 4,600 and Mansfield took 8,300. So a good week there on the old revenues. Reservations. The reservations were equally split amongst all the staff, really. Angela did 5. Charlene did 8. Well done, Charlene. James did 8. Well done, James. Jack did 6. Well done, Jack. I forgot to say well done, Angela, as well. Online, we had 9, so that was good. My wife, Claire, came back to work this week after the summer holidays, and she works 2 days a week, part-time. Well, she gets in about 10 and leaves about 3, I think. And she did 2 reservations as well. So way to go, Clary. Willoughby. So let's have a look at the individual sites. Willoughby, we had 37 quotes. We had 10 reservations. That's a conversion rate of 27%. We had 8 move-ins. So that's a conversion rate of 22%. We had a Luton van. We do a free van here at Willoughby. Are we going to do it again? There's a decision to make. Probably not, because it takes a lot of time. But to be fair, would I recommend it to other people starting up? Yeah, I would, because it establishes you and it helps you. Definitely, it's an added string to your bow, and it certainly helps people move in. And yeah, it's been good. So the van was rented out 5 times. We moved in 585 square foot at Willoughby. We moved out though 765, so it was down 180. 8 rooms moved in, 14 rooms moved out. So we've got 352 internal rooms occupied. Number of containers in, 1. Containers out, 3. So we've got 51 occupied. Still 2 car parking spaces occupied. Store occupancy is 82%. So not bad, but I do want to get above that 85% before the close of the summer. This next week, we're due to move in 675 with 9 move-ins, and we're due to move out 565. So I actually think this week it could be a net square foot positive of 200 square foot. 500 square foot. So we will see. The average insurance last week, we took 6,375. Clough Road. Amount of quotes was 29. Number of reservations were 8. So that's a conversion rate of 28%. Number of move-ins was 9, so that's a 31% conversion rate. We moved in 825, we moved out 225. So we are 600 square foot up at Clough Road. Don't forget, we've had a rough August at Clough Road. I think it was down 1,800, 1,900 square foot. So that's a lot. But I think we're around about 86% full at Clough Road, so it's not bad at all. Beverley, 19 quotes, 1 reservation. 19 quotes is a lot for Beverley. 1 reservation, so that's a conversion rate of 5%. That is shocking. Number of new move-ins was 2, so that's a conversion rate of 11%. 210 square foot moved in, 35 moved out, 175 up. We're 74% occupied at Beverley. However, this week we're moving in 2 containers for 320 square foot in total, and we're moving out nobody. So that conversion rate will bump up. The occupancy will bump up. Average insurance was £8,000 last week, so really good. Wrexham, amount of quotes 16. Number of reservations were 3. We moved in 185, but we moved out. Conversion rate. So number of reservations 3. 18% conversion, 19% conversion. We moved in 2 people, so that's a 13% conversion rate. We moved in 185, but we moved out 345. We're minus 160. The average insurance was £3,000. I don't think that's particularly good, especially the size of the units. So obviously the average insurance, we try to make sure it's around about £6,000. We've got 1 move in due this next week for 125, and we've got 1 move out due for 10 square foot. So it should be a positive week. Mansfield, what a place Mansfield is. 27 quotes. Number of reservations 13. That's a conversion rate of 48%. Get out of town, Mansfield. Number of move-ins 11. That is a 41% conversion rate. Crazy. We moved in 1,260 square foot. I can't believe we moved in more in Mansfield than any other site. We moved out 125. The net result was 1,135 square foot up. So really good there. We had 13 move-ins internally, 2 move-outs. We've got 160 rooms occupied, 1 container in, none out. We've got 22 containers occupied. So in total, we've got 182 units occupied. The store occupancy, hopefully you can't hear that. I've got the gardener here streaming or something. Just turned it on. I was going to record outside because I've got a real nice patio area now. I've just got, and I love it. And then he came and I was like, oh shit. I'll record from there tomorrow, hopefully. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. I sit underneath my patio. I've got a patio heater now, and it is. I sit there and have a cup of coffee before anybody wakes up, and I'm like, oh, this is it. This is amazing. This is gorgeous. Anyway, back to Mansfield. 68% full, 67.71. So it's nearly as full as bloody Beverley. Obviously, we're only at the first part of a fit out as well, so we've got to get in touch with Janice or whoever we use. Sorry, not other people are available. Whoever we use for the shop fit, and to be honest, it probably will be Janice because it's no key technology, so we can't really use anybody else. So 60. Although I do think that no key, you can. I don't know. I think you can get it installed with somebody else, but I don't know. Store occupancy 68%. The average insurance is last week for taking for move-ins is 5,636. This week we've got a lot of move-outs for Mansfield. What the hell's going on? 6 move-ins for 635, and we've got 6 move-outs for 660. So it's saying it'll be just negative week. No chance. Not with my Mansfield. No, I can't wait to go above 70% full at Mansfield. That is phenomenal. Glasgow. 5 quotes at Glasgow. We haven't even got the bloody signs up yet. Honestly, how not to open a self-storage facility. Hello. I just have so much going on. It just feels like I know I needed to do that. And I think, do you know what? I'll do it later. And yeah, didn't even get the signs up. But we've got them ordered now, and they're going to be up in September. Amount of quotes, 5. Number of reservations, 3. So that's a conversion rate of 60%. We had 2 move-ins. That's a conversion rate of 40%. 320 square foot moved in. 320 square foot net result because we had no move outs at all. We've got nobody due to move in this week, nobody due to move out. The site is 29.79% full, so 30% full. Got 14 containers rented. This is the first phase. We're going to order some more containers, etc., and we're going to double stack and all that good stuff. But Mansfield is rocking and rolling. It's flying. It's good. But in my course, I talk about 3 types of there's 3 stages to a facility when you open it. Stage 1, where you just bother about occupancy. Stage 2 is all about occupancy and revenue. And then stage 3, did I say stage 1, stage 2? Anyway, stage 3 is all about revenue. Forget the occupancy, it's a revenue. And you've got to maximize that and twist it, turn it, get the revenue coming in. squeeze the sponge and get that revenue, because ultimately that's what we want to do. The more revenue you make, the more revenue you take from a site, the more profitable it be, and that's what that's what we're going to focus on in stage 3. But first of all, you need the occupancy, because you can't do any revenue management without the occupancy. So get the occupancy first of all, get people in, and it gives you a little bit more wiggle room then to do what you want to do. So at the minute we are very, very cheap at Glasgow, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Get people in first of all, and then we can do the rest. Then we can do revenue management. Site visits, Google again. The website is so predictable. 576 number of new users, and we had 37 reservations. So one was Beverly, it's a different website, and that's a conversion rate of 6%. 6%. Ultimately, I will talk about it. It's probably in tomorrow's podcast. I'll talk about the funnel, because I've got loads of questions recently. I think I put a post on somewhere, and I got loads of questions, and loads of people messaging me asking me about the funnel. And this could be different for you. It could be different for me, but I'll tell you exactly what we expect and what I expect. So at the minute we had 500 and whatever, 76 website visitors, and we got 6, and ultimately we got 37 reservations this week. So that's an overall conversion rate of 6%. And I'll tell you and teach you next episode all about what to look for if you're not getting them sort of figures, them conversion rates, because there could be a whole host of things, and you know what segment to look at. The way I see it, I look at it as doctor, and so I try to pinpoint where the problem is in the funnel, because you don't just want to say, oh well, I'm not converting it. I'm converting at 2% or 1% of website traffic, but you don't know where to look at. Is it your sales process? Is it your website? And the way I break it down, I can tell you exactly where it is, because or what part of it's broken, because I can tell you exactly what percentage should get a quote, what percentage of people who gets a quote should book, and all that lot. So we'll talk about it tomorrow, because I've only just thought about doing it now because we've got loads of questions. All right, my friends, thank you very much. I love you. I appreciate you, and I will be seeing you tomorrow. I was thinking about something else then. All right, love you. Appreciate you. Bye.